Ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Go live.
All right.
Go live. There we're live. Yes.
He's gone live.
Right.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Sam. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hit the like button. Because you haven't all hit it. I can tell already.
How can you tell, Stuart? Are you tracking their IP addresses and hacking them like a famous Chinese hacker that's ready to pounce on people's internet?
I can do the math. 19 people, 12 likes. Ew.
Packlet, Stuart. You're a Packlet today. Okay. Is that how dumb your answers are going to be?
Maybe.
Is that the foreshadowing?
Some of them. I don't know. We'll see.
Dear me. Yes! Welcome back. Yesterday we looked at Lower Decks. Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will say, Stuart, that live helped influence this live in terms of my thought process because we got to re-experience it. So yay past us.
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be a fun one, actually, because we're judging seasons of New Trek.
Mm-hmm.
So Lower Decks, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds, Picard, Discovery. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I didn't include Discovery in the poll.
Well, there's only 4 options, Stuart. They're very limiting.
Yeah, it wouldn't have got many votes anyway. Yeah. And this is just best seasons, or not. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be best seasons, but seasons for different reasons. That rhymes.
Ooh. Yes.
Because I mean, there might be something in the season that was really awesome that they tried to do, or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm probably going to get slapped down for it, but that's okay.
But also, and this is what's interesting about a top 10 versus a ranking, which we'll talk about in a minute, a top 10 forces you to make those snap decisions, even if number 1, number 2 are like 1% in it, there has to be a rating. So all 5 could be 95% out of 100, right? That's the nice thing about this top 10, because it makes you make that choice for any given reason versus like, well, where do they in the pantheon of quality, you know?
I had a real struggle with number 2 and 3. They were both 2 and they were both 3 for multiple times, going back and forth, and I'm just like, oh, I got to settle on one.
Yep.
Just going to pick it and justify it later.
Well, that's the thing. The justification will be the interesting bit. Why are we braining that brain think brain? You know.
Yeah.
But also, Stuart, tease what we're going to do very, very soon. This is sort of a prequel to, in a sense, which yesterday was a hyper prequel to.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing tier lists. We've never really done that before, but you know, where the YouTubers, they rank the things in the different tiers. We're going to do it for all the seasons of Trek. So we're going to start with like New Trek. We're going to do all the seasons of New Trek, tier them up, and then we're going to do the following day, do TOS, the animated series, and TNG. Put those all in, rank them, discuss them, talk about it, see if we want to move stuff around as we're discussing it. Who knows? And then the following day, we're going to do Voyager, DS9, and Enterprise. And then at the end of those 3 days, there's going to be a final battle from all the top tiers. So there'll even be some New Trek in there to mix with Classic Trek, because it'll be really funny and fun to see where New Trek ranks along with Classic Trek, as in the best of seasons. When it comes to the final one, will all the New Treks still be like lower tier compared to all the other ones? I don't know. It'll be fun to do, and we're going to try that. And if the tier system works, we want to use it with other things like rank the captains, rank the ships, do a whole bunch of really fun stuff with that. So that's something we're going to do very soon, possibly next week. I'm not sure yet.
Because it gives an entire different structure for rating stuff, because obviously we have to agree. That'll be the interesting thing. We might disagree. Although we tend to agree on most things. There'll be, you know, you can have 3 things in the top tier or 3 things in the middle tier. That might be, let's say, 65% to 80%, we love it, all in the same category. And so you can, in theory, have a new, old, and very classic Trek all in the same thing, because in our brain, that's top, middle, and lower tier. Like, that'll be interesting, because it's all different sort of vibe. And yeah, we have to agree, which will be interesting. We've never done agreeing before.
Well, it'll be a discussion, and a lot of times we can.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to come up with a consensus. We could do it, it's not our independent.
Well,
it's a joint list.
We can slide some between tiers, maybe. Yeah.
No, we can't. I think there'll be some negotiation, Stuart. I'll say I'll give you this one if you give me the next one. Yeah.
No, what we'll do is we'll have super chat tiebreakers.
Ooh.
Whoever super chats,
like
they can decide which tier it goes in. That's how we'll work that.
Yep. No, I like it. That's fair. Gosh, what a smart guy you are.
I tried.
That sounded way less sincere than I meant to. That was me being sincere, but it sounded sarcastic as all hell. I just being nice to you.
Yes. I'm used to it. It's fine.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing for real.
Anyway, go share. I'll tell these people to hit that like button because the math is almost equaling out now. So hit the like button. Let's get those likes to match our current viewers. And also be sure to like the video. Super chat in with your thoughts, suggestions, comments, questions, concerns, anything you guys have. Please super chat in. We do read them all on the air. It's your time to shine. Get your name out in lights. Colorful super chat colors, and we do read them and we do discuss them, so please consider doing that. Also consider joining the channel. There is a join button down below where you can join our fleet. At the end of all of our edited content, we have our Trekyards fleet, so you can pick a different tier, get a different rank, get your own ship if you want in the fleet, or by all means just serve on somebody else's ship. There's different ranks and privileges and perks that apply down there. So click the join button and check that out, including our Discord server where you guys can hang out with each other and chat with us as well. So please consider doing that. Or if you don't want to join YouTube, remember, or if you don't want to join the channel through YouTube, there's other ways. You can go to Patreon/Trekyards and join over there. All the same ranks, privileges, and perks apply over there as well. So consider doing that. Also, don't forget there are links down below to our Teespring and our TeePublic store, where we got some really cool Trekyards merch, cool shirts and phone cases, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So check it out, and anything you guys want to pick up, we'd love to see you guys wearing at conventions. And we've seen a lot of people wearing the Trekyards stuff, so we really appreciate that. So please consider doing that as well, or also just share the content. We make a lot of Star Trek content, and if you know Star Trek fans that would enjoy it, by all means, share it. Send it their way. Let them discover Trekyards and hopefully become part of the community, because we got a great community. You guys are all our Trekyardians. We love you, and we want you to participate in any way you can and help us out in any way you can. We really appreciate all of it. So thank you so much in advance.
Yes, I've returned.
Oh my God.
And did you read the poll? I'm sure you did.
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
Pick one. Pick one to watch forever and only.
Ooh.
You can watch nothing else Star Trek related except for one of those. So, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy, Picard, or Lower Decks. Sadly, Discovery did not make the list, because that would have obviously won above all of them, and I didn't want to skew the results that bad. So,
I mean, as you always say, Prime Lorca is the best character in Star Trek, so.
Not the best character in Star Trek, but he's definitely an awesome character.
Yeah. Now, okay.
Florence is here.
Ooh. What?
Mark Lawrence is here.
Oh,
good
Mark.
to see him.
Hi everyone. So yes, so how was the bottom half of the list in construction for this? How did you find? Because the top can often be really easy, really difficult. How was the middle values?
They were difficult. Like I said, there's a little bit of shuffling, but number 2 and 3 were back and forth multiple times today as I thought about it. I did include one for a reason that people might not agree with,
cool.
But
good.
There's reasons that I included them where they are, and I'll discuss all those when we get to them. So it'll be interesting to see if yours line up at all with mine. I'm sure our top 3 might be the same or similar, but yeah.
Interesting.
And Philip Gaming is here. He was in season 3 of Picard. He played one of the Vulcan henchmen that got killed by Worf. So good to see you, Philip Gaming. So you want to see where your season sits in this ranking, eh?
So is he contractually obligated to say it's his favorite? Then I'm guessing.
He's the reason that season 3 was so good. He's the reason it was.
I mean, Terry said on several podcasts, like, extra man 16 in one scene.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Philip Gaming, this season would have failed. So,
or at least succeeded infinitely less well, right? I mean, Patrick Stewart and Cast might have done okay, right? But it's the extra, creme de la creme. All right. Well, since you said things about controversy, I want to start with you. Then I want to jump straight into the water. Yes.
All right. This is going to be controversial.
Should I be sitting down?
I think my. Yes, you are, so it's fine. I think my number 10 and 9 might be controversial, but like I said, I have reasons that I wanted to at least include them on the list. My number 10 is Picard season 1.
Mm-hmm.
But why, oh why would I put this on the list? Because they tried to do something new and interesting. I went through the season again, just kind of breeze through the episodes real quick. And I love some of the new cast, Rios and all of his holograms, bringing back Seven, having the Borg back, the XBs. It's a good idea. Learning more about Romulan culture, and also the artificial intelligence aspect of it, like Data's kid, is a very interesting premise. They tried to do something new and interesting, and it had a lot of potential. It met it in some areas, it failed in others, and as a whole, it's not anywhere near one of my favorite seasons of Trek ever. But I like the idea going into it that it was going to be something new and exciting. The worst part of it for me, honestly, is the way that Picard was treated. So pitifully, and people were talking down to him all the time, and just it was kind of sad to see. But at the same time, they tried to bolster it with other things. Like I said, bring back 7 of 9, and Rios is a real highlight of that, for sure. I really enjoyed his character, and the actor did a fantastic job.
Is that sort of actor you'd also slip your room key to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good.
So that's my reason for picking Picard season 1. Did it live up to the potential it could have had? No. But going back and rewatching, it's interesting, and I get more enjoyment out of watching it now than I did when we were reviewing it.
Well, it probably helps knowing it ends on a high with Picard, that he's not damaged for all time.
Yeah,
that probably helps. Same with Data as well. Like, we get positive resolutions.
Yeah, and some good visuals as well, like the Enterprise D and them playing poker, and then all the Data stuff at the end with his death. I think was really well handled, really well written, really well done. Does it make sense, the relationship between Picard and Data? Not really, but it was heartfelt. They were trying to do something. I think they accomplished it to a certain degree in those scenes.
And it's funny because you mentioned that season 3 of Picard, they address how Picard likes Data, but it feels appropriate. He doesn't feel like, Picard doesn't go and grab Data. You lived. Oh my God, you're my favorite person ever. It's like, oh wow, Mr. Data, you died once. I can't do. It all felt appropriate. Versus season 1 was like, he was your best friend, was he? Really? You dream it every night? Really? Okay.
Yeah, you go back and watch TNG and don't get that vibe for sure. He's definitely a valued crew member.
Especially the one time Data died and Picard's like, all right, let's start sensors.
Let's lift a glass to Data.
Well, no, I mean in TNG, like he dies in front of them and he doesn't react because, of course, he's professional.
Oh, when the shuttle explodes.
Yeah, like we see him die, and we see
the
exact
early
reaction.
On in TNG. Yeah,
no, that was like season 5. That was still pretty.
They haven't developed a relationship yet.
That was Faja. That was. Oh, sorry. The unseen adventures of season 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry. Yes.
It's a controversial way to kick off the list, but I figured, why not shake it up a little bit? Because
was it almost 11, or was it clearly the 10 when compared to what didn't make this? I don't know yet.
To be fair, I hated making this list, so when I got 10, I was just done. I didn't even factor in the other ones to do an honorable mention or anything. Right. But before you get into yours, Captain Toreth69 has joined the channel at the rank of lieutenant.
Oh,
so even though he's a captain, he's also a lieutenant. So welcome.
He's joining a separate universe, and therefore the rank resets, or a different game, the game of YouTube. Thank you. That's extremely. Those things. I mean, those things help us so much. And new Fleet video, huzzah! And you've got new emojis, and the Discord, all the things. Excellent.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the emojis when you join the channel too. You can use the Trekyards emojis in the chat.
Our faces, etc. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, as if we had been made to rank every season back to back to back, I would have decided a placement. But this did not meet my 10, therefore I did not place it.
I didn't figure it would be on your list.
Yeah, it's poor writing, and plot holes and bad pacing. Like, there's too many big, like, even though there are nice elements of it, the big problems are so giant, it's just a broken season of television, and therefore it can't be in 10. But
But
Like,
I appreciate what they were going for.
yeah, yeah.
What they were trying to accomplish.
Well, like I said, we did what 16 episodes about the first episode. All the plot threads, all the concepts, all the ideas. It was a joy, and then it goes down and down and down and downhill until we just hate ourselves for reviewing it.
And all those plot threads we came up with, none of them panned out. Maybe one or two. The rest were all just left dangling.
Haven't even mentioned Narek again. Or Commodore O, who was in Starfleet for goddamn 30 years, rose to the highest rank of Starfleet, wore sunglasses, and then fucked off. Wasted everything for nothing. Anyway. But at least there were Jen Hayes in season 3.
And to me, honestly, one of the biggest letdowns of that season was the fleet at the end, the cut and paste fleet, copy and paste fleet. Because I watched that scene again today for this, and I'm like, oh my Christ! And then the best and fastest and bestest ever warship ever, and I got a fleet of them at my back. It's like, do you though? It's not how starship construction works, but okay, moving on. But yeah. Number 10. It's better than a lot of the other shit that's out there. So,
excellent, good, strong start. I mean, cool. Hey, like I like if they're different lists. All right, shall I be controversial as well, Stuart?
Always.
I'm going Discovery season 4.
Okay.
It made my list, Stuart. It made my list. So, Discovery season 4, of course, is the post-burn season with unlimited potential. Did it reach potential? Not even close. However, Burnham was much better and heavily grounded the season. Book was great, heavily grounded the season. The scenes that were good, I'm trying to remember as I go here, everything got stretched. We know that, right? But the scientist guy from Riser, he was great until he wasn't. The idea of the 10C was great if it was half as long. The ending was fantastic. The start was fantastic. There was so many good things. It was just overly stretched, overly dense of nothing. But there were lots of very good ideas and much better characterizations to boot. So that overall is much better than season 1. I won't say I'll put the other ones because that'd be spoiled. But season 1 is not on my list. I'll say that. But I think this is, you could edit this down to a very strong 2.5-hour mini-series, right? I think you could probably do that. Just not as a season, but
yes.
And there aren't really plot holes in the same way as season 1 of Picard. Yeah. It's just drawn out.
We said that many times during, like, it's a great premise, the whole going outside the galactic barrier, and
which they do, and it's cool.
Species 10C. Yeah. It's great, but yeah, 3 or 4 episodes, yes, perfect.
Half a season, just another twist, yeah. Or even a movie, right? Really simplify it. So there's genuinely quite a lot of good in this, but it doesn't reach its potential. But I'm happy to give it 10th slot, which is not a bad thing, because this has just happened to be where it was, right? Yeah.
Nice. Well, just on a side note to this, I've been going back and rewatching all the Star Wars movies chronologically. Ooh. And I got to Rogue One last night. And I love Rogue One. But watching Rogue One, that could have been a miniseries. That should have been a miniseries instead of a movie, in my opinion. So it's kind of the opposite problem, where it would have been much better as like the Andor series. You know what I mean? Like, as a movie, it was good, but it could have been better. But as a series, it could have been amazing.
So the irony being is that Obi-Wan was stretched and should have been a movie, and Rogue One should have been a series.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Especially as they introduce Saul Guerrero and then kill him in the same few scenes, and he just sits there and commits suicide. It's like, right.
It's not like he can outrun it.
No.
He didn't even try to get to a ship or anything. Yeah.
No, but he still committed suicide. Like, it's still what he did for this great lead. You know what I mean? Anyway, weird structurally for the weird movie.
Could have included a lot more flashbacks with him in a miniseries and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, some things lend themselves to a movie format, some to a series, and that was just a miss. And as you said, Obi-Wan was also kind of a miss.
I mean, that could have been a great movie structurally.
Yeah.
Or 2 movies even. And it's funny, Rogue One, the concept is so big, even though it sounds so small. Getting Data of the Death Star, that's it. That's the one line. But each segment could have been an episode and then give you more depth to the characters, etc. And like I say, really good. You could have loads of flashbacks to the Clone Wars with Michael Burnham in Captain's Chair. Wow, this is definitely totally a Star Trek stream.
It is a Star Trek stream.
It is, yes.
It's like, we're almost The math is almost working out again for the viewers and likes. So hit the like button if you haven't already.
And
I know you're not
chat.
going to agree with a lot of these, and don't hate us for putting something on there that you wouldn't agree with. We try to justify it, and we try to have a conversation. That's why we do these. So if you have anything to say, super chat in. We want to hear about it.
It's a big topic.
We're idiots.
Needs your discussion.
You can tell us we're idiots, and we have to read that. I will have to read that Captain Foley is an idiot for selecting.
She said it. You can't say it after Catafari bleep 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 bleep. See, now uncensored becomes a super chat.
And see, you're the editor. You're supposed to censor that stuff.
Oh, you sing it? 3, 2, 1. Alright, so your number 10 in the list of top 10 seasons of Modern Trek is...
My number 10 was Picard season 1. I already did that one.
Number 9 is...
My number 9. Oh, here we go. Discovery season 3.
Okay.
For the same reason.
Well, this graphic has... What?
I know.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I didn't want to look for anything.
Okay.
Discovery season 3, because again, just like my number 10 slot, they tried to do something different. And it's what they should have done from the beginning. Start it in the future. They took the ship to the future. The burn was an awesome idea. I didn't mind the reveal of what caused the burn, even though
We're
a lot
the
of people
minority, I think, in that.
Yeah. We both agree with that. It's a very Star Trek concept to have it be that one thing, right? Not a lot of people agree with us. I don't care. I think it's a very Star Trek concept. I liked it. Again, the season could have been better, obviously. I don't remember much else of what happens in season 3, but we've got the Orion lady, and there's some interesting stuff there. And to move to the future, see the future ships, get Admiral Vance, get the Discovery's refit. It should have just started. They should have started Discovery in the future with the spore drive. It would have been like, oh, okay, that's future tech. That's awesome. Would have had a better feel. And I think they realized that after the failures that were season 1 and 2, and just decided to go for it. Again, trying something different and something new, and stepping away far enough away that they can do their wonkier, weird concepts. So I don't want to piss anybody off. DNL versus Virginia Homesteaders, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. It's the way I see it. And like me and Sam talked about at the time, the concept of the burn being something so innocuous as that was an interesting idea and very Star Trek. It would have been good as an episode, not a season arc, as an episode. In like TNG, you could see something like that happen. A small region of space, all the lithium is destroyed because of something like that. It's a perfect episode idea. But yeah, moving to the future was a great, bold idea for them, and there's a lot of good visuals. There's some interesting ships, some stupid ships, but they're still interesting. They're future tech, and it's kind of neat to step out of what we know to do something a little bit different. But like I said, it should have just been from the beginning that. And Admiral Vance and Justice for Sahil. I mean, there's a lot of good concepts.
Although when you said Admiral Vance, the way you said me think of Admiral Vanjie from RuPaul. Just the way you said it, I was like, oh no.
I have no idea who that is. So.
Okay.
I know RuPaul is, but not Admiral Vanjie.
Those that get it will get it, and those that will not get it will tell me.
So yeah, I like the idea of the burn. I like the idea of the ships, all the dilithium. Dilithium is not a fuel source, guys, just for the record.
Maybe it is in the future.
Anyway. No, it's not. But anyway.
Well, okay then.
So that's 2 controversials, number 10 and number 9. And I think it's going to be a much smoother road from here on out. There you go.
It'll be a smooth road getting from there to here.
We're getting from here to there because we're on our way.
Yes, okay. My number 9 is this last season of Lower Decks.
Okay.
Because it's good but not amazing. We did this yesterday. A lot of mediocre, no particular ultra bright spots. Still good, but you know, didn't make me excited, and you know, an animated version.
I mean, the first episode got you excited with the Voyager
yes,
stuff.
Yes. And it's funny that there is a clarification difference, live action versus animation. Animation, they're able to bring in all these canon love things, but filming everything is much harder. So Discovery Season 4 was a much bigger achievement to produce than Lower Decks Season 4. But Lower Decks Season 4 has far more of what you want to see, but it's not real, so therefore it's less interesting. And there's a little bit of that later on, animation versus not. The fact they achieved something is worth a celebration. But yeah, like I say, just in the pantheon of listing them, this just went further and further down my list because good but not amazing. And there are other things, other seasons. I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's a cooler idea,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again,
we're summarizing things, so still good.
This one had a lot of potential with the mystery ship, but it was very, very poorly handled and kind of an afterthought almost. Again, should have been confined to like 2 or 3 episodes to have a good build up, as opposed to what they did, which they started out with it, and it's like just drip feeding us, which is a problem we have with a lot, like season 2 of Picard and stuff as well. So, but there was enough and more entertainment in Lower Decks around that. But as a season arc, yeah, it's a little bit weak. As a season, there's some good stuff in there. So yeah, I see why it is. I see why it is on your list in such a manner.
Not a problem. Just
yeah. I know we don't want to piss anybody off with these, but just saying.
Your number 8.
My number 8 is Lower Decks Season 4. The one we just talked about.
With the Season 1 graphics. So I'll use my graphic instead.
Well, it says Season 4 right on it, so.
Okay, that's weird. It's got, because they're ensigns.
I know, but.
And it's flipped as well.
It says Season 4.
It's
fine.
I just love fan graphics. It's just
It's visually different. That's why I grabbed it. Because.
I get it, it's just funny. It's funny. It's just funny. Don't hate me, it's just funny.
It says Season 4 for
it's
the love
funny,
of God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we just talked about that. It could have been better. The Locarno thing was great, but I wish there was some kind of lead up to it. I wish we knew more. I wish we knew that Mariner knew Nova Squad at the beginning of the season. Then the Nick Locarno twist at the end would have been like, what? That's all you had to do was introduce, have her talk about Cito earlier in the season. Say, I knew Nova Squad. There was a shitty thing that happened to them. Poor Wesley. And then episode, Nick Locarno reveal. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, that ties into earlier. That would have been much better. But they didn't quite get it. So, yeah. It's number 8 for me, number 9 for Sam. So,
and these are all, there's enough in each of these to appreciate and enjoy. Anyway, it's just ranking.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's really kind of hard to judge a season without going through and kind of analyzing each episode to really get a real value for the season. I'm just going by what I remembered.
But that's why I liked this. It was almost more easier for me because I was able to summarize what got me excited, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You weren't going to remember so much all the mediocre, but what did really great, because that's what you're remembering is the really great. So it's actually almost easier for me in a sense.
And that's why, exactly. That's why Discovery Season 3 was my number 9. Because going to the future, seeing the new future stuff, meeting new Starfleet people, it was just, I'm not even going to say his name because you're going to make fun of me. It was great.
Who, what?
Admiral Vance.
Oh. Thought you were saying Prime Lorca again. I was like, oh,
it was the big points that really drew me to these answers for these seasons. So you're right. You're absolutely right.
And Cold? Not sure why Lower Decks is so popular. It's a comedy like The Simpsons, Star Trek cartoons. Star Trek is so much better than that. I love comedy, but not this. Star Trek is so much better. So you don't like cartoons. So you don't like Disney or Shrek, any animated movie or TV show. All of that is just gone. All the Star Wars animated series you think is worthless, basically. That's a big stance to have. I mean, Disney is well loved. I mean, there's literally parks that celebrate the Disney cartoons, and there are billions of people that like Disney cartoons who are cartoons. So let's not disrespect because it's a cartoon. But of course, in the wasteland of Discovery only, Lower Decks actually showed TNG canon. Like, that's why. It was the only one that was brave enough to do real Trek, as you say. That's it. I mean, it's
And the comedy's not over the top ridiculous.
It does
Like you
vary
say,
a little bit, obviously, but for the most
You
part,
say Simpsons-esque comedy, but it's clearly made for Star Trek fans to get Star Trek references and small little parodies. But they also have serious stories mixed in with those that are very Star Trek stories.
Like I say, not everyone likes animated, and that's just the end of the road for them. And there's so many good animated TV shows and movies. I mean, many people consider the Clone Wars better than the Star Wars movies because they did more character work. And it's hard to argue in that sense because you've got 10 seasons of 20 episodes versus 11 hours. That's like 80 hours, right? Clearly there's more character development, clearly better character development because you can do more in it. So it's just not a cup of tea necessarily.
But that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So,
like we like it, we're
what
not
is
fully aligned.
So, what is your number 8?
My number 8 is Lower Decks Season 3. 2 LDs in a row. Better than Season 4. But as we worked out yesterday, also mediocre with some great. But again, not as much exciting in it for me. And certainly the first one not living up to the potential of where it could have gone with the multi-episode arc. Mariner leaving the ship and taking the ship and doing cool things. That would have been great. DS9 wins at big points. That's why it's higher than Season 4. But it just didn't achieve as much. But that's the thing. It's a more safe, fun show. I've enjoyed it more, potentially, than some of the other ones, but I'm also looking at the quality of everything around it, right? And of course, they're only 20 minutes. And if you have room for comedy, you might take out good drama. So, we're looking at this as a different spectrum of like what I think are the best. Yeah. Maybe it's close, but yeah, I'm going to put it at number 8.
Interesting. Okay.
Curveball for you, Stuart. Curveball.
That's Season 3. You said. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that at some other point, I think.
Maybe. I think it'd be hard pressed not to have all 4 Lower Deck seasons in the top 10. That'd be a bit odd, I feel like.
And DNL versus Homesteaders. Indiana Burnham laughing my ass off. Yeah. Season 5, it's on its way. I'm sure it's going to be Indiana Jones.
Oh,
in
God.
space.
Sorry, I was. Yeah. Ugh.
But we're not looking forward to it. But we're going to.
I mean, it looks so.
It's the last season, so.
Yeah.
All right.
It's different when you know it's a closing season.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to re-edit and they're going to edit it slightly differently, knowing like it's not going to be what it was originally going to be, just because structurally, you'll probably take out some elements that are clearly foreshadowing, because we've got no more things we can foreshadow. It's like we'll just not do a foreshadow because
And Cuckold says, I get what you're saying, but I just prefer live action in a more serious perspective. I'm old school, I guess. Best wishes on all Lower Decks to all Lower Decks fans. I'm also old school, and I'm not a huge fan of like a lot of the animated comedy shows out there. But I love Lower Decks because I'm a Star Trek fan, and they love their Star Trek fans. They include stuff for you, so I disagree with your comment about I'm old school, I guess.
Well,
anything.
There are some old school fans that just like TOS and nothing came after it. There are some old fans that just like the Star Wars trilogy and nothing else. The classic is what got them in, and they don't actually like necessarily Star Trek. They like Star Trek TOS. Like that's what they like, the original vision or the original Star Wars. So, old school, that's fine. You just like your one version. Or some people just like Voyager, some people just like Enterprise. Some people who grew up with Enterprise, that might be their favourite, even though objectively it's not the best by any means.
But to say I like more serious, there's a lot of serious stuff in Lower Decks, so I don't know what you're talking about necessarily.
And DL, welcome. Glad you can make up, be here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So that's my number 8.
Yes. I was going to say, hopefully you guys stay till number 1, because it's going to be interesting.
Yes. A surprise, that's 2 of my 4 Lower Decks, so back half?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, good.
All right. My number 7 is Lower Decks Season 1.
Oh! I haven't even got Season 1 yet for me.
I know. and I haven't got to season 3 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 was like, again, we went into that not knowing what to expect. Was it going to be silly and ridiculous and not worth watching? No, it absolutely wasn't that. But we got so much. It was returned to canon. It was returned to real Trek. It was fun to see. They definitely, like Mike McMahon and team, definitely know their Trek. They know what people like. And like I said, it's got those little in-jokes for Star Trek fans.
But only us. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all, not all of it, but a lot of it's things we've said over the years, just in a joking manner, that have become tropes or not. They've even created some of their own. But yeah, the introduction to Lower Decks, I think, was a good season. It was really well done. There was nothing that memorably stands out to me though, because we didn't have.
We just did this review.
I know, but there's nothing that really stands out to me as special about season 1,
Okay.
except for establishing the world of Lower Decks, which is fine, but there's no overarching story like the Packlids or anything like that would hook me necessarily.
Well, there's the mum and daughter storyline. That's the overarching, not knowing.
Yeah, but I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
It's not something I remember when I think of season 1.
Fair enough.
When I think of season 1, I just think of it was the introduction to Lower Decks. We got to meet all the characters. We got to see what they were like, more or less, and that's about it. That's all I remember about season 1.
Right.
If I'm just being general, so. But it's number 7, so it's better than some other stuff. Just saying. Better than season 4 for me. Ray Ricks, member for 20 months at the rank of Admiral.
Amazing.
Says any 10 seasons that aren't disco. Only a matter of opinion, but even the more tolerable seasons disco are poorly written. We often talk about visual canon, but it often ignores years of series establishing how Starfleet officers would act.
Yeah,
yes.
But that also would cover Lower Decks as well.
Yeah.
You know, and Prodigy, that obviously not Starfleet, so that by itself means 3 out of the 5 shows. And Stranger Worlds cast, some of them don't act like a Starfleet often either. And Picard, they're so high ranking, do they act like Starfleet? Don't know. They aren't. They're just doing their own thing, you know. Would Riker really punch Jack to grab a phaser? Is that way Starfleet? Maybe, yes.
The sheer fucking hubris of you
That's
saying that.
Yeah. Let's be honest, only Prodigy Starfleet officers act like Starfleet officers.
Yeah.
Because there's only like 4 of them in 10 scenes combined. Like, that's it. Everyone else is kind of odd.
Yeah. All right. So what is your number 7?
Ooh, my number 7 is Discovery Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Lower Deck sandwich with double Discovery.
Ew.
No, I'm happy to give this one credit because it was actually a good season. Because it was actually a good idea and much better pacing. The first 4 were what the hell happened to the future, split character, people, and then we get Starfleet, giant reveal. Vance is absolutely incredible. The Prime Minister's absolutely, or the President's absolutely wonderful. The art design's good. The refit of the ship is excellent. Actually makes Discovery nice to look at for the first time ever. The interior was changed even better, but it wasn't. But at least the exterior is good. Ryan Denning, sorry, he made it a nice ship. Not a great ship, but a nice ship. Fighting the Orion stuff is pretty decent. Yes, the ending's a bit trash with the roller coaster bullshit, but before the ending, it's pretty interesting. The Vance, her, shall we be peace? No, because our morals are different. Discussion's fantastic. The Trill stuff's pretty good. With Adira, yeah, that's the name. Looking back into the past, memories, and then they also go and find the hollow ship planet thing, and they find old Starfleet officer, and the creature. Like, there's a lot of good ideas in this. Obviously, let down here and there a bit everywhere, but a lot of good stuff. They didn't waste too much time with the Grey storyline. Get them a body, get them past. Or is that season 4? Maybe that's season 4. No, that's season 4. But yeah, I like the burn. It's a good concept. Yes, it's the biggest mass murder event in all Star Trek canon ever. And the writer should be ashamed of killing millions of trillions of people. Because every single ship and every single race of every single part of the galaxy died. That's every single legacy character's descendants all dead. Every single one. You can't. No other way. It killed almost everybody in the universe. In terms of the spacefaring people. That's horrible. And as we'd said at the time, if it just had that warp, you would have cut that. Then you could have justifiably had most people survive who were important because they weren't traveling at warp. Instead, they all got killed. Every space station, every single ship, all the trade routes, all the surveys, everyone got killed. Horrible. Anyway, but apart from that, but also it's an alternate timeline because as soon as you go into the future, it becomes non-canon prime. Therefore, it's irrelevant. It's just them having fun with killing everybody in the future. It's not the future because they've changed the future multiple times. Even Picard changed the future and etc. So no, it's not the future. It should not be ever classed as the future. If it is, then you can't change time because time is set in this future. Which then, can you imagine telling any new Trek writer, right, you can't actually change time because it'll always lead Discovery season 4 and 5.
And 3.
And 3. Oh, so we can't... Yeah, no, you can't. Like, it's set, locked. And you can't even do stories where you change time because you can't change time away from their time because they'd undo that show. Right.
That's why there's different... Yeah, that's why there's different verses, different...
Yep.
Yeah.
Endgame future. Their future. Picard bullshit, like everything's in future. That's okay. Don't take it as full canon. I'm excited for other Trek shows to push forward and yeah, Justice for Sahil. We made that. We made it happen. We made them reshoot that. We made them bring him back and make it a payoff.
They did. They stuck it in at the end. He's back. He's fine. He's good. He's got his justice. Yay!
Yeah.
We pushed that the entire season.
We love that guy.
Yeah.
Hope he's back in season 4. So, and I know it's in contrast.
Season 5, you mean?
Yeah, thank you. Like, I know this is in contrast seasons 1 and 2, because season 2 has plot holes up the wazoo. Season 1 is just pure hot garbage, right? Season 3 is actually a season of television. It's their first season of real television that is actually structurally sound. If that had been the first season, you know, first shot of the first season called Discovery, a ship is going through a time hole into the future. Wow, what happened? And we have a season working out what happened to send us in the future. Cool. That'd have been such an impressive show, conceptually. You know, it's like Voyager, but even bigger. How can you go further out? Go into the future, and say in the first season, this is an alternate future, so we can just play. Everything is altered. Everything is just fun. That would have been fun. You just take the canon knowledge we had, and just do our own thing. It's basically a visual reboot, basically a JJ reboot. Well, it's a reverse, isn't it? That would have been a reverse JJ reboot because they went backwards and changed the timeline. They're going forwards and changed the timeline, but let's pull in stuff that we knew forwards. But I guess we did that with JJ. So yeah, I think it's a decent season. A lot of good stuff. Michael is better, but not great, of course.
Yeah, I almost used that same image. I'm glad I didn't. I like to be different. Anyway.
But yeah,
okay.
A lot of good stuff.
That's his number 7. We have 61 votes in the poll, guys. If you haven't voted, go vote on the poll. And we've hit 50 likes, which is awesome as well. But hit that like button if you haven't already. Feel free to super chat in anybody. We haven't had a super chat yet this one. We want to hear from you guys. I know there's a lot of differencing of opinions here. And we want to hear from you guys. So show your support for the channel by helping us out with the super chat. We'd really appreciate that. All right, so I guess we're going into my number 6. We're almost at the halfway mark. My number 6 is Strange New Worlds Season 2, which we just got off the heels of. I don't think it's as good as Season 1, obviously, because it's not. Season 1 wasn't before this on the list. Well, it is before it. Anyway, you know what I mean. Strange New Worlds has just been great. It's been a return to, in my opinion, true Star Trek storytelling as far as episodic vibe goes. They got very good character development, very good interactions. It's just a fantastic cast, and sometimes they step out of their comfort zone, which I like. The fairy tale episode from season 1, and then even the musical from season 2. I kind of liked that take on things. I know a lot of people hate that, but that's fine. The one thing I can't abide is the treatment of the Gorn, which
I always forget about that until someone reminds me.
I know. The introduction was season 1, but season 2 went into it a little bit more. Not as much as we thought it was going to from the first episode, where it's like Gorn incursion, and then we don't hear about it till the end. That being said, seeing the adult Gorn in the spacesuit was very cool visual. Um, we need some clarification on that. Hopefully, they line up with the true Gorn that we see on lower decks.
I mean, they've said they won't.
I know, but I'm still hopeful. They say a lot of things. They say that
do.
John Harrison wasn't Khan. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, season 2 of Stranger Worlds was a fun joyride. There was a lot of really good stuff to enjoy there, and I love the return to episodic Star Trek storytelling, and it feels a lot of the stories feel very TOS-esque in the way that they're done. So, good job, Stranger Worlds. Season 2 is number 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say?
Makes sense.
But yeah.
So okay. Interesting. Okay. Now we're all on the same numbers, so or same. Okay.
Same season we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
Just got to kind of hold off what you need to say until it's time.
Yeah. So that was season 2 of Stranger Worlds.
Yes.
Okay. My number 6 then is
Season 2 of Stranger Worlds.
season 1 of Stranger Worlds.
Oh.
Yes. Although I had forgotten the Gorn problem, but I'm going to keep it just. Because, I don't know why. I think season 2 is better. Did I enjoy season 1 more? Maybe. I think the Kirk Laan stuff is memorable in season 2. Yes, the Gorn thing is not so good, but like I said, the spacesuit thing is much cooler. That helps. And it's a better episode than the first season Gorn, which is just pissing you off with concepts of Gorn because they're just annoying. At least the way these
Xenomorph.
Yeah, so that's a cooler episode, but it's a less good episode when you include the last one of the season. They've got the great body swap one, which is fantastic, or the equivalent of body swap from season 1. That's very good. The musical does grow on you a bit, although it's still, it's very take and leave it for individual bits, right? If you like that song, you like that scene. If you don't like that song, you don't like that scene, right? It's kind of, as is those sorts of things. But they, I think also because they respect Klingons in it, that's a big up for me. The Klingons, like I said, both Kirks, lots of up. Spock gets a good amount when he's left as a hero. Pike's not really in it because the rest of the cast stuff to do. The Illyrian trial's good, although not
About season 2 or season 1?
Yeah, so in comparison to season 1, like I'm saying,
okay.
Season 1 wasn't season 1. I don't like the Shepherd episode. The kid murder sacrifice one's good. The first episode is excellent. The last one is excellent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like maybe because there's more averagely good in season 2, and there are more lows in season 1, I'm voting season 1 lower. I think that's my rationale here. And I feel like they had a better use of the LED walls in season 2. Overall, I think they were a bit cleverer with it. Season 1, I feel like it got obnoxious like that, except obviously the memory loss planet. I was like, ugh.
I was just going to say that.
But that's because that's not because it was obnoxious to use. It's because they only had 2 environments. If they'd had more versions of the environment, it would have been fine. It's just they didn't do that. They kept the same. So I'm gonna have to say season 2 over season 1, which means season 1 is lower, but still good. And I think still better because of what they achieved. They built all the sets. They introduced great characters, told a lot of interesting stories. And it's more of an achievement to make that many 50-minute episodes over Lower Decks, creating 10 24-minute episodes. That's why it's higher than Lower Decks. I might enjoy Lower Decks more, but because they achieved it in live action, I think it's a better season. That's obviously the logic here.
The one reason that season 2 didn't hit as high as for me as season 1 is trying to, well, not only retcon the Gorn with a little bit more explanation, but also trying to retcon Khan into our timeline. That kind of annoyed me a little bit. I kind of wish that was not the way it was, but it just establishes firmly that this is not the same. It's not the prime timeline for me, so it's actually a good thing. But It's one of the reasons that it's not quite as high as season 1 for me. Season 1, I think, had more highs for me as a whole.
Are you saying they retconned?
Retcon! Yes.
Yeah, I just, apart from the two first and last episode of season 1, I'm struggling to remember the absolute highs.
Mm.
You know, like, what were the extreme highs in season 1? Bar first and last.
First episode, last episode. Second episode, The Good Shepherd, I really enjoyed that. I did like the kid murdery one, but at the same time, it was a real tough subject. I liked the Elysium storyline with the daughter, the way that was wrapped up. I thought that was fun. What the hell else happened in season 1? Well, we'll get to it in some of
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of highs for me in season 1.
Okay.
More so than in season 2. So.
And this will be, you know, I don't know if I was going to percentage score for these top 6, how they'd be. So these all might end up being top tier in the ranking versus just if you had to pick one over the other.
Yeah. Mark Lawrence, though, $5.
Thank you.
I've got to admit, I could see myself accidentally slipping my room key to some of the cast on Strange New Worlds. Yes. We are going to Vegas next year, so who knows who's going to get the Captain Foley room key. It's going to be like a game. Who's earned the right to have the Captain Foley room key? Anyway.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
All right, so almost at the halfway mark of the live, so hit that like button. Also, super chat in. Thank you, Mark Lawrence, for the super chat. We want to hear from you guys, and so super chats really help support the channel. So anything you guys can do would be really appreciated. So,
you're number 5.
Yes, halfway of the live and halfway on our list, which is awesome. My number 5 is Lower Decks season 3. Really shitty quality image. That's okay. Season 3, I enjoyed the heck out of. Mainly. Maybe I got this mixed up with season 2. Which is the Packlid one?
Season 2.
Season 2. Where's that on my list? Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, season 3. I remember at the time watching season 3 and being like, there's a lot of mediocre stuff here, but we've got why am I drawing a blank on season 3 all of a sudden? We just talked about this yesterday. Sam, sir, help me out. What happened in season 3?
We had the Bozeman start. We had the
yes, that was great.
End with the
the Texas class. That's the
Texas, yeah, Texas class.
Oh, there we go. I think it had a better overarching season-wide plot than season 4 did. That's why it's higher on my list than season 4. And I didn't mind the Texas class stuff. I like Captain Buenamigo. I like that the hints were dropped early and kind of buffed up as we went, as opposed to this last season where like the mystery ship is kind of just a small thing. I think it was much better season-wide arc. And yeah, the Bozeman, Montana stuff. There's some good stuff there. But I think the overall story, getting to see the Star Trek 6 conference table where they're all sitting around talking about things, Buenamigo trying to basically derail and make the Captain Freeman and crew look bad, I think was a fun idea. And also the California classes coming in at the end to save the day. Just the California classes against the Texas class was a nice touch as well. So that's why it's number 5 for me. It's the middle of the road as far as the list goes. But it was, in hindsight, a better season now that I can binge it than it was going into it initially. Because I remember being a little bit slow and kind of like, this wasn't a great episode. This was going back and rewatching it in binge now with the Texas class story kind of being revealed a little bit was, I think, really fun. And plus the Rutherford episode also raised it up for me, learning about how Rutherford actually was beforehand. And that was a really fun episode. Again, tying into the Buenamigo thing, and kind of the first hints of that with who was responsible for doing that to Rutherford. So I think it was actually really well done. So there you go. That's my thinking. It's a very good.
Like I say, this is when you fight live action versus animated, right? That was easy for them to put together, relatively speaking, and a much lower budget.
Yeah.
And probably less time, I would expect. You have to think it was less time.
Plus some great space battles. I mean, with the Texas class taking out the Sovereign, the USS Van Sitters. Sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single good space battle in Stranger Worlds. Because I do a lot of space battles, so I have an ability to make space battles. I don't think they've done really any.
They've done a lot of dodging and weaving between asteroids.
Yes.
Pretty much every episode for some fucking reason.
But those certainly aren't battles. Yeah, they don't know space battles. Prodigy.
Well, there's one. They destroy the Crossfield class ship, but that's
the
really
dodging and weaving through asteroids, though. Yeah,
it's a chase.
Close. Yeah, that is close, and then obviously the battle against the shepherds, which I think is crap because they've just no.
I liked the Shepherd episode. Very TOS. I really enjoyed the hell out of that one.
Whereas Prodigy, they have some decent space battles. Or certainly the end battle is incredible. I mean, that's a 16-minute space battle with almost all incredible shots. Discovery, not really any space battles worth much, and a couple that shields at 15% for 20 minutes. Just stupidity.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, we know that a lot of writers have never written sci-fi before. They'd written soap operas and stuff, and you can't. They're not transferable skills. Sorry. And you can feel it in the writing that just doesn't know. Like I said before, I actually look at distances when I write my stories. How long or how far I can get away with saying the ship can go, because each of these things have rules, and you stick to them. Even if it limits storytelling, then you work around it, etc.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 5.
Yes.
He's not on my list. Hold on. Where's my... Okay. I'm going to... I did make a picture. Where's the picture gone? Okay, there it is. No. What?
Technical difficulties. Hit like while we wait for the technical difficulties to be sorted. We have more likes than viewers right now. But if you're one of the viewers that hasn't hit like yet, please do so. Welcome, Trekyard. Welcome. Good to see you.
Okay, I'm just going to close up my screen for a second because people see what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. So that should actually...
D and L, you're thinking of Errand of Mercy? No, about... What the hell is the name of the last episode of Season 1? Stranger Worlds.
Ah, right. I think that's what happened.
Anyway, yeah. Fantastic episode.
Right, that's why. I named that the other thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry about that. So yes, my number 5 is Stranger Worlds Season 2. Yes, so it's just one grade higher. Because, like I said, slight bit of character work. They were not reliant on budget to do big spectacle because they didn't have any money. Beyond, so they did a lot of character stuff, a lot of small stuff, a lot of ship stuff, which actually encourages stuff like that. The time travel episode was great, like an hour. They didn't care at length. They could make long episodes. The ending episode is good. They made Gorn better in the episode for sure, as in than their previous appearance. What's the first episode? First episode was pretty good. Some silly stuff for sure, but still pretty good. I just think out of the two, this is a more watchable season for me. It's less episodic, but I think the themes are stronger overall. This might be a small margin. I just think overall in my head, this is a better season.
See, I think the problem is seasons 1 and 2 of Strange New Worlds are both pretty comparable to each other, so it's really hard to find the reasoning as to why you prefer one over the other.
Yes.
And going back on a rewatch, you might change your mind as well. That's the problem. I think they're too much alike, but in a good way.
Whereas if seasons should be 22 episodes and then it should be one season.
Exactly. Yeah, they're maintaining that status quo. So
because the last episode is just goddamn incredible of season 1. That is such a high bar, and episode 1 is so creative and Trek. Those are really high bars. But then what a successful time travel romp into the past. That's very successful. And the musical is a big achievement. As silly as it is, they succeeded in making a successful Star Trek musical. It's a bit silly, but it works. Like they're
What about the court episode?
Again, if you love court stuff, we didn't like the ending so much, but
yeah,
but very well written. Like there's good bits in both.
Yep.
Just wish there's more TOS canon in it.
It's hard to pick a favorite, honestly, but certain things edges them out a little bit over the other for me. So
yeah,
and that's the point of this list. So
it'll be an interesting debate next time which gets where. Your number 4 then, Stuart.
My number 4 is Strange New World Season 1.
Ooh.
We just had this whole discussion.
We did! But that's good for them. Top, middle.
Yeah. And that's a picture from Discovery Season 2, but that's okay. Shit. Anyway. I think Season 1 for me is much better. I do like the more TOS style storytelling. The first episode where they go down to the planet and have to disguise themselves is fantastic. It is so TOS. Same with the Shepherds one. The last episode, again, phenomenal. You cannot... I don't think you can compare that to the finale of Season 2. Season 2 is just kind of like a... But you're right. I mean, Tomorrow is the one that would compare to the season finale of Season 1 as far as quality for me goes.
Although, boy, couldn't they just use a real Monster Maroon?
Yes, and they should have. I hate that. And everybody has it now because it's commercially available. People can just buy it. So everybody's got these maroons that are off, and it's like, look at my Monster Maroon. It's like, no, it's not a Monster Maroon, but okay. Yeah.
Like, how can you make that design worse? Dunno. And you did it.
I think the reason I like Season 1 maybe a little bit more as well is there's more Pike. Like, don't get me wrong, when we see Pike in Season 2, he's very on point and very good at what he does. But I think I really like the character, and I love Anson Mount. So more Pike in Season 1 is kind of tips it in my favor a little bit. Plus, the Kingdom of Elysium episode where he was playing the coward, I think was fantastic. And I really love that episode, despite what a lot of people say. Some people can't get through it, but then they miss the ending with the daughter.
Well, we talked about at the time, you really resonate because you're a father. That's
yes.
It grabbed you very much because of that.
That last scene saying goodbye to his daughter and then seeing his daughter all grown up. Spoilers. Is as a parent is pretty impactful, and I thought that was a fun episode, just even without that, but to top it off with that at the end made a silly episode much like hit home a lot harder. So I don't know, there's a lot of that going on in Season 1 for me. I don't know, I can't think of any more specific instances right off the top of my head, but
see, it's interesting.
And Ray Ricks throws in £5. Season 2 because I love those old scientists, obviously.
Oh yeah,
that's
Nino's mentioned that. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I didn't think of it either. So
well,
maybe that might bump Season 2 up, not bump Season 1 for me. Actually, I might have to reshuffle these two.
Because that was the one that everyone was excited for as well. We entirely blanked on it. Okay, I'm glad I put Season 2 higher, because yes, add that as well.
and yes, General Grievous, that's why he's not in Season 2 as much, because he's just become a new father, so...
But it gives the rest of the cast more to do, and that's really important as well.
We still need an Ortegas episode, though.
But she's a pilot of the Enterprise, don't you know?
I haven't heard that. Is she a pilot?
Of the Enterprise, at the helm.
What? No way. Oh, I heard another rumor. Did you hear that the Titan shuttles are named after
musicians? I did.
You knew that
just last week. Yeah.
It's amazing, eh?
It was on a Double Down on You podcast.
It's a new one for me. I don't know.
Yeah. It's been years now. We just haven't got it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Wait, is it even the Titan in Savick was a jazz musician? Because there's a shuttle Savick in Picard.
Oh, well, that's the wrong Titan. Sorry, man. Yeah. Nice try, though.
My number 4. Fourth best, Stuart. We always at the bronze. For me, is Lower Decks Season 1. You know I like it more than you, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, almost an uphill battle, more of an uphill battle compared to Stranger Worlds, because we had all grown to like Pike, Spock, even Emo as Spock, and number 1, and we all accept it'll be a shitty visual reboot, retcon, moving on, right? There's no culture clash of like, okay, we know we're doing that, moving on, but then you just move on and you enjoy it, right? Lower Decks, everything to prove in a way that the other one didn't. Brand new format, brand new formula, brand new team, brand new characters. Stranger Worlds is Pike, Spock, and like half the cast we know. That's going to win them points. So for a new show to come in, make an impact, have some very good stories, some very good storytelling, cram more story, you could argue, in half the time. Especially compared to Discovery, which were barely achieving a full story in 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Lower Decks could do more story in 20 minutes. That's a hell of an achievement of writing, because that's the writing.
And we know characters' names, like Steve Stevens and Billups. We know all the side characters way better than any of the bridge crew on Discovery.
Dude, that's a horrifying good point.
After 4 seasons.
Wow. Mixamo, Shax, T'Lyn,
Lieutenant or Ensign Barnes,
Admiral Freeman,
Matt the Whale.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, we even know the whales. Jet.
No. Livig. He's new.
Livik. Yeah, he's new, but he's in the last season. Yeah. Don't forget.
Great Koala, obviously.
No, the conspiracy guy, Levi.
Yeah.
Levy is his name, not Levi. Levy. Yeah, we already know much more of the Cerritos crew as a whole. Towel guy. I mean, hey.
Towel guy. Yeah.
He's got more of a character than any of the bridge crew on Discovery.
Yep. For less appearance and literally no physical acting, just drawn. Yeah. So this season is a testament to what you can do. And like I said, everything to prove. And I do like a lot of the stories. The ending is just like Prodigy with the TOS Bridge appears. Tide appearing, Riker, that I will always remember. The music, that made me feel something real. That nothing in Stranger World Season 1 made me feel in the same way, or Season 2. That is higher tier moment than either of those seasons. And not just because I love Riker and Titan, it was a moment that was built up, that was well edited, paced, structured, Bosch, and then it does amazing things. Like, that is beautiful. And then we worked out the holodeck stuff, and there's loads of good stuff in that season. And it starts, I think, really strong as well. So that one beats out the other two for me, for sure.
So that's the season that had the Titan show up at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Which started the Packlids, which made you think, you're doing that with Packlids? Holy shit. Successfully making Packlids a villain that's menacing. Achievement unlocked.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What more can be said? We've talked about that already.
Yeah, we have. Oh no, Stuart, you're bronze. Oh no.
My bronze, my third place is Lower Decks Season 2. For the Packwood plot, for the transporter clone Boimler, for some Riker and Titan action, you can get some Titan crew. They built up the Packwoods to be the baddies in Season 1, and it pays off here because we see the Packwood homeworld. We get the way this ends as well, with Freeman being arrested for trying to destroy the Packwood planet, and the Cerritos basically stripped to its bare components. I don't know. I just love Season 2. I think it's probably the best of the Lower Decks seasons, obviously, because that's where it is on my list. But yeah, Season 2 I think is full of a lot of good storytelling and a fantastically done season arc, even so much as introducing the other Boimler, who then eventually joined Section 31, which I think is at the end of Season 2.
Yeah, because Titan.
Yeah.
He's in the last Titan story.
Or was it the end of Season 3?
That's when he becomes Section 31, yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I get confused with that kind
There's only Titan in Season 2.
Yeah.
They throw it away for the rest of 3 and 4.
So, yeah, absolutely love it. There you go. Don't know what else to tell you.
And it beats all those other live-action Trek. Testament to Mighty Man who led that charge, eh?
Well, we had Lower Decks as both of our number 3s. Season 1 and 2, so that says something. Or is this your number 4? That's number 4.
This is your number 3, yes.
Yeah, it's my number 3, your number 4 was... Okay, yes, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
I thought we were on your number 3 as well, but we're not.
But now we asked you. Oh my goodness.
What? Now it's
my number bronze. Nope. My number 3, that is bronze. My number bronze. Is Lower Decks Season 2. Aha! One higher than you. Aha! What? I'm not copying you, I'm just saying. Yes, as we worked out yesterday, Lower Decks Season 2 is the best season. It's got the most best episodes. It's got the biggest slew of them. Wage Douche is one of the best of all modern Trek. If you're top 10 Trek episodes, that would probably be top 4. Maybe top 3, don't know. But it's, I mean, that one episode is better than anything in Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Just not even hesitation saying that, right? And probably all of Stranger Worlds, without too much hesitation, I think better than any of those. And as we said yesterday, just lots of good episodes where their A-star rating is really high, and then the rest are either good or okay. And of course, they bring in Riker and do Titan stuff. Really underdeveloped, though. I'm still shocked they wasted that as an opportunity. I know they didn't want to make it an important show with important characters, but my God, what a waste of that. Fun, but what a waste. And not to bring Troy back. Like, there's maybe in season 5, but I'll say it every year and I'll always be let down. So I can't think they'll ever come back because I'll be let down. So fun while it lasted. And, you know, funny now to think foreshadowing, you know, born a full lieutenant and now he's back to Lieutenant Junior and how that he skipped some and then he's back and he's finally growing into it and things. Just some really, really good episodes that are both that are a lot less comedic, but for a show that is a city comedy, to go beyond comedy into just really good Star Trek period. That's what this season did that the other 3 didn't do as well. For sure.
Love it. Olivia, $5. Isn't this the season where Peanut Hamper had that weird episode?
Yeah, it's 3, isn't it?
I think that's season 3.
Yeah, this is the
Again,
one.
I get, even though we just talked about it,
Yep.
I still get confused as to what's in what season of Lower Decks. It's kind of almost the same problem as Strange New Worlds. They're just so consistently good across the seasons. It's kind of hard to remember what fits where.
Yeah, in TNG you have, you know, the death of one character, or the promotion of another character, or this guy's nice for a season. You know, there's a bit of that. Or the beard comes in, etc. There's a few more landmarks. But, you know, Titan season, Packard season, Bonamigo season, other season.
Mystery Ship season.
Yeah. Yeah, the Locarno season. And, of course, you know, to end a season on a excellent saving a legacy character on a bigger, better ship by doing an incredible maneuver in an incredible episode, and then to end it on the most dire, horrible cliffhanger of destroying the Packard homeworld. This little silly cartoon just killed the Packard homeworld forever. That's canon. That is done. No question. Oh, you know, risks were taken in season 2, and then quickly moved on from season 3. But this is about season 2. We judge him as independent, so it's fine.
Well, going back to the discussion we had earlier, do you consider that the actual canon, or is that just one of the different timelines or realities? For me, this fits firmly in Prime timeline. So I know I figured somebody was going to bring it up, that we talked about it earlier. And
well, there's, but also it's a prequel. It's a prequel to Prodigy. It's a prequel to Picard. I mean, those things rely on this happening to happen. Otherwise, every show's in its own universe. You know, you've got to keep the medium value as being all the same universe, and then Hyperfuture is different. Then you could argue Hyperpast and Enterprise, but that's harder because obviously he appears in other shows. But hi, Squadra. Who's winning? Star Trek.
Star Trek is winning, yes.
Yes.
But which show is going to come out on top? Well, we're almost there, because we're going to be going into my number 2 in just a second here. Before we do that, though, hit that like button. Please super chat in. We want to hear what your favorite season of new Star Trek is. please super chat in with that, and or super chat in with something you'd like us to discuss about anything that we've already talked about. But yeah, the support super chats is a big deal. So please help us out if you can. You heard me.
You're
Giving you an order. I'm your captain.
never to be promoted because you'll that
While
chair.
I'm in this chair, I can make a difference.
Yes. Behind a desk, you'll just eat snacks. I don't know. Have plants you can water, and your daughter throw them.
Yes. Anyway.
You're number 2, Stuart, of the second best season of the modern Trek starting 2017 with Discovery Season 1. If it's Discovery Season 1, Stuart, the controversy continues. Are you going to
kill myself if it's Season 1?
What?
I would kill myself if it was Season 1 of Discovery.
Gosh. Wow, okay. So you're not going to Discovery Sandwich this live?
Hmm?
You're not going to Discovery Sandwich start and end?
No. No. God, no.
Don't want to be squished between 2 layers of Discovery then?
Yeah. Olivia, though, throws in $2. Season 9 of Trekyards is my favorite.
Pretty good. The mid-season break was hard, though.
Yeah.
But
all right, let's get into it. Number 2 for me is Picard Season 3.
Oh my God.
Reuniting the TNG cast. He's got a smile on his face because it's his as well.
I was
guarantee
thinking you were going to
two.
discover it. Like, I tricked myself about 5 seconds, so I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so Picard, the final season, it is the best of the Picard. It is a TNG reunion. It's a return to form. We got some canon. We got a canon Constitution class. We got the museum with all of the cool ships. We got the Enterprise D back. It is a TNG reunion, and that's what made it work. Terry Mattel did a fantastic job. So did Dave Blass. So did Liz. So did everybody that worked on it. They really cared about Star Trek to the point where they pulled Picard out of the gutter, because Picard season 2 is flatter than piss on a plate, as my grandma would say. To be able to resurrect a show like this by just giving us what we should have had since season 1 was a brilliant idea. Why not just give us this in season 1 and then eventually drop off the TNG characters while you introduce the new characters instead of doing the exact opposite? Anyway, good storytelling, very bingeable. There's a few things that don't make a lot of sense. The whole bad chick, I forget her name. God damn it. She's unimportant after the reveal because all of a sudden then it's a Borg story. With the changeling. Changeling plot. Vadic, yes. She's not important after the reveal of that because then it just becomes a Borg story. Aside from that and a few storytelling hiccups, we got the introduction of Captain Shaw, which is great. I think Todd Stashwick did a fantastic job. Seeing Geordi's kids, seeing him as being the head curator of the museum. There's a lot to love following these characters. Picard finally has a son. He's got somebody to carry on his family legacy, which was a big plot point for generations. There was nobody to carry on the Picard name. Now there is, kind of. Yeah, I know. Cool ship designs. Thanks to Bill Krause, like the USS Intrepid, the Duderstadt class.
If only had more than 1 week to make them show ready.
I know. I talked to Doug about this when we were visiting him.
It would have been much better if they actually worked on them for more than a week.
Yep. Hey, new Enterprise at the end.
For some reason.
For better or for worse. But yeah, it was a fantastic season. So much praise has been heaped on it. Most of it deserving. I don't think it's perfect by any means.
We did not. Our perspective was very interesting about it.
Exactly. There's a lot of things they could have done better.
Budget. Again, if they had more money. Most of them is they had more money.
You also listened to the fans and, like I said, pulled Picard season 2, that train wreck, out of the gutter, and made the final season actually something special. So, congrats to everyone involved. Picard season 3 gets my number 2 silver slot.
And breathe.
Read super chats now. Ray Ricks, 2 pounds.
Thank you.
Favorite season is the very short treks. Yeah? No?
Get out.
Get out. Olivia Julius, $10.
Oh!
Trekyards Season 8's cliffhanger at the end sucked. You had Sam dead due to a Klingon attack, and Cap had to go back in time to get past Samuel, and it was just a mess. Yeah, I actually went forward in time.
What's this?
To an alternate reality and got a
You haven't told me this.
older, more mature Sam, because I wouldn't go back to get the younger Sams. He was just, this one's much better. But I had to skip dimensions.
Did you tell me about this?
Well, you're not supposed to know about it. Thanks, Olivia.
What a twist.
General Grievous, $2. Discovery Season 1 is worse than a colonoscopy by Duras Sisters. Oh, some guys might like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a few minutes before they do things to you where they bend and bow to you and help you, this is some good moments. Ah! And after you talk to them, and then they... And look. There will be blood wine in a Klingon dentist, okay? Or a colon place. I don't know why dentist, but a medical establishment. There'll be blood wine, so you will be hammered potentially before you're hammered by a tube. Glory to you and your tube.
Yes. I'd rather just take the camera pill version. That's okay.
I've beamed in.
Yeah, that'd be even better. Or just have a goddamn tricorder. Non-invasive. There you go. Anyhow. So what's your number 2, Samuel? Same as mine, just admit it.
Prodigy Season 1.
You're such a liar.
Jesus, okay. Prodigy Season 1 is my number 2 because it's great. It's interesting. It's diverse.
He has no taste. No
it's
class.
Fun. The ending is superb with space battle. The Divine is a great build of a character. The ships are variable in quality, but I've grown to like them all. The amount of canon is phenomenal. TOS moment of the bridge is, life-defining moment. See the TOS bridge elements come together, beautiful. Kobayashi was excellent. Those are just the best episodes of Modern Trek for sure. But there's a good amount of padding in episodes 11 to 16 where they spend 6 in the neutral zone, not doing much after a huge season finale closing. It's like with what happened to momentum and whatever. And the first 5 good, but not Star Trek necessarily. But it's you look at it as a bingeable season's adventure, less so than individual pieces, right? And it's an excellent premise to a future season and seasons, we hope. But yeah, it's more of a bite-sized, fun, chill thing with absolute highs and a good amount of mediums, very few lows, but a good few mediums. And like I say, the TOS made me really emotional, and the moment when the pace at the end of 19 when we're almost dead, screwed, excellent, really, really beautiful music. And then coming in when they bring the Klingons in to help, really good emotional, go and say, oh, Starfleet's come together, really, really emotional. Although the ending, as we said, needed a sting. It had the sting wasn't what they thought it was, and that's okay. But yeah, it gets my number 2, beats Lower Decks, beats Stranger Worlds for sure, because canon that helps. But at the end of the day, it's still slightly hamstrung by the slightly more kid focused, the slightly more education focused, and slightly more aspirational focused versus a going in full steam Starfleet. That's what season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will be. So I'm very much those seasons could be much better, and hopefully will be much better. But very proud to get number 2 slot.
You managed to surprise me, sir.
Okay. Good. A good thing, a bad thing, or?
Well, obviously Prodigy Season 1 is my number 1. Picard Season 3 is your number 1.
Not Discovery Season 1?
I mean, it might be. Who knows? You may have got the defective Samuel from the future. Alternate timeline. Anyway, half a brain. I don't know. Well, yeah. Okay, let's talk about Prodigy season 1.
So
That's my number 1.
Oh my god! Why is that number 1, Stuart? Of all the modern tracks.
Because it's the most enjoyable to watch. First of all, we get 20 episodes. That being said, they're only half hour each, so they're actually at 10 episodes if you put them into an hour, but that's fine. But we got all the world's a stage. We got Kobayashi Maru. We got a fleet of actual starships, of Federation starships. We got the return of your favorite, the Dauntless. We got Janeway back. Not only hologram Janeway, but we got Admiral Janeway. We got Chakotay back. We got the Protostar, a new ship design. We got the best intro to any Star Trek show ever made. We got really interesting characters and really fun, super great visuals. We got the Deradexes back. We got Akuna back. We got the Zindi back. There's so much to love in Prodigy. It's a perfect Star Trek show. The pacing's good. The characters are great. The story's good. It's amazing. This is what I want out of Star Trek. That's why I'm so glad that we're going to see season 2. By the way, Prodigy season 1 drops on Netflix on Christmas, or at Christmas. So watch it all in the first 28 days, and show your love and support for it. We need more Prodigy in our lives.
And that's not a false statement. You actually need to go ahead and watch.
Yes, you do.
The season, because that is how. Because season 1, guys, totally honest, season 1 is the test for season 2. By showing season 1 has viewership potential on Netflix, even though it's already been released, that will tell them, should we think about going to listen to season 2? If like 150 people watch the season the first day, they will no way. They'll say, great, we've got another season, cool. They will not in no way do a third season. You need to put on Netflix, start it streaming the day, well, not Christmas, but Boxing Day, say. Just put a random TV in the house playing it. We've all seen it, right? So this is not lying. We love the show. We want the show. Just put it playing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play overnight and just have some numbers to go to the thing. Because it's a good season, very good season, obviously. And get these people back to write more. That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm. And they brought back Scotty. They brought back Spock. They brought back Dr. Crusher. They got the Bird of Prey's back. They got a Marauder class back. They got a new Bird of Prey as well for the Kobayashi Maru thing.
That's true.
Like, sorry, I had to go on because there's just so much great stuff in Prodigy. That is why it's number 1. If it's not number 1 on your list, I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
And also, weirdly, Lower Decks has a lot of those things brought back. But for some reason, the visual quality of Prodigy makes it feel like that's more of an achievement. A lot of the time. And also, because they cost a lot more to make those assets for Prodigy. So they highlight them more as hero moments, whereas in Lower Decks you can throw them in as a quick drawing on a space station. And it's like, oh, that's cool, moving on. Prodigy, like, seeing that Gorn, that TOS Gorn ship in the background of the final battle, that feels meaningful because they had to build that. Like that was effort to do. Lower Decks, it was some effort. It wasn't a lot. I've got people who could draw Lower Decks. It's great, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
that was extra effort. Seeing the Zindi took a lot more effort in Prodigy. They all felt more meaningful, even though Lower Decks is more canon in a way because it's more present and more in universe in the Trek core. Because I love the fact that you're quantifying the best Trek, the one you want to see, the least Trek in it. There's a Starfleet and Starfleet. Because that's what we normally celebrate. But you're saying the least Starfleet-based show, with almost none for the first 20, is your best. That's amazing.
Yes, because I forgot Odo. I forgot Uhura. They bring so many people back and so many canon things. It's a good introduction to the world of Star Trek, especially for people that aren't into Star Trek. This is a fantastic show for that. And I think it's so well done. I love Dreadnought. I love the Diviner not so much. But Dreadnought is cool because I love Transformers. He's got very much a Transformer vibe. I could go on and on talking about... Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing I was thinking of when I said that too. I could go on and on about why I love Prodigy the best out of all of them. So I'm so glad #Save Star Trek Prodigy worked. Netflix, I'm sure if we show love for season 1 and season 2, they are going to commission more seasons. And
you need to click on it, guys.
As you know, I mean, Aaron Waltke is a fantastic guy, very very talented, very brilliant, very Star Trek oriented. He knows what the fans like. He knows how to deliver. He's in charge of the writing now. So,
but also super important. It's not.
It's not pandering.
Yeah. It's not fan service in the way of he knows what the audience wants, but will do it in a way that's interesting. Now, that might not be the case every time, obviously, but a successful approach that is new and different and interesting.
General Grievous is like points at self. Captain, yes, you are indeed much like Dreadnought. Speaking of, I just watched the prequel Star Wars movies, and General Grievous gets his ass kicked. So I don't know what to tell you.
Jedi. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So, Alex, I did watch the cartoon first, where he kills 11 Jedi in one scene. And it's a massacre, and it's amazing, and he's so kick-ass, and he hangs from the ceiling like a bat, comes down, he's all four of his hands, lights with every boy to death. Like, I think he kills like 5 before he brings out his lightsaber out, because he's so much faster than them, and, you know, he can pinpoint accurate things. And then he only gets like the last master, then he lightsabers him to death, and he goes all their sabers, and then he gets shot at the end by, because that's why he's a cough, because it's shot right at the end by, his lungs crushed by Windu, that's why he coughs. But in the movie, it's like, what the hell is he coughing? What a ridiculous thing to do. But he's the most and he was badass before he had asthma, basically. That's literally what it is. He was you would not have defeated him in any way, shape, or form. He was absolutely going to kill Anakin, not even a question. Oh, he got maimed by thingy. Really great cinematography. Really great in that episode.
All right, so I'm right with Prodigy Season 1. Let's hear why you're right with Picard Season 3.
Now, I'm not hype training this, Stuart. I know you might think I'm hype training. Because, yes, this is a close-knit battle. Both would be on an A category, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it took more effort to rebuild the Enterprise D bridge.
Okay, you're going to go this way. Okay, fine.
That is a testament of incredibleness. That no one else has done. Just like Into a Darkly, that single 2-parter makes that season... Like, that saves almost the entire franchise, because they did that effort. So the Enterprise D bridge is an incredible achievement. Seeing the entire cast come together meaningfully, that's the important word, meaningfully, is very excellent. They all feel like themselves, which has not been a thing in modern Trek. None of the people feel like themselves, really. For better or for worse, recast like Ethan Peck as Spock or Season 1 Picard. Like, it's also a contrast thing. Picard is excellent in Season 3, he's garbage in Season 1, for various reasons, all showrunner related. They all are on point, they're all very good, they all have interesting stories. Yes, it's got pacing problems, it's got huge budget problems, and it's got last act reinvention problems with Borg. But the score is excellent. The score project is excellent too, but I had more feels for Picard. Yes. There's a lot more, because of course the acting is better in Picard Season 3. No shit. They've got faces, right? So all the small moments work 1,000 times better than Prodigy, because they're actually acting. You can see a stare from Riker. Oh, and it sells you. That doesn't really happen in Prodigy. Not to its detriment, but you don't get that in the animation. Enterprise D coming back. There's so many retcons in Season 3 of Picard that are franchise improving. Data coming back, Geordie being a museum curator, that's great. The NX refit being canon, Cronus 1, Bounty, the Titan surviving, whatever, sure. Riker being back in Starfleet, great. Raffi being okay. Worf, but then come back at the end. Like there's so many improvements to what they did in Season 1, Season 2, and Nemesis that improve it. Seeing the 23-year journey of Data be successfully satisfying, that's franchise defining, and it turns Nemesis into a better movie, and turns Season 1 Picard into what the hell happened, but a better season. So that helps a lot. The ending's beautiful, the double twist with the Q's excellent, although silly, and you know that they did that under a significantly lower budget, with the entire TNG cast accepting a hit, they want to do it together, and it being... Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And it being not feeling pandering for the most part, even though it literally is sort of pandering to what do we want to see. So I think because of all those things, and we all felt the emotions when the Enterprise D launched. Like, those are raw emotions that I did feel in Prodigy for the TOS Bridge, but that was for love of TOS Bridge, not literally love the Enterprise. And obviously we canonized in TOS Enterprise. So there's more gold standard, platinum standard moments in Picard. The Prodigy season is probably better overall for the structure of a story, but what they were to achieve in season 3 of Picard is more impressive
behind the scenes.
Well, and in front of the camera, like, because it was filmed, it was done, right? Like, that is an impressive season of television for what they had to deal with. Prodigy was impressive for what they could do.
Yeah.
But they had unlimited visual scope, basically, and they did a lot with it.
I'm not going to poo-poo you or anything, because I agree with all that, but Enterprise D Trench Run, the Enterprise G being the old Titan, no carpet in any of the new Starfleet ships.
But they do register at the end. They register carpets better.
Everyone over the age of 25 in Starfleet dead.
Killing Space Dock for one season, for one scene that comes back.
Prodigy edges it out for me. I'm sorry. It was great, and I agree with you. All the behind the scenes, getting the cast back together, getting the sets built, doing all of that on the budget they had was
Ain't COVID. Ain't no COVID for Prodigy.
Yeah. So I agree with you, but I don't. I still think Prodigy is the number one slot. This is a close one, though.
Because one's 20 stories. That's cool. But one is franchise defining.
Yeah, when you said it, improved Nemesis and stuff, and Data's Arc. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right on those points.
Nothing in Prodigy uplifts the entire franchise. It's just nice. Oh, Janeway's an Emerald, cool. Prostar, cool. Like, it's all good, but there's not a thing.
It's hard to argue with you, but I'm still going to do it because I like my choice better. But it was very close.
Different scales, right?
Yeah.
It's like Lower Deck Season 2, you could argue it has more compelling single stories in Prodigy and more references because they're in the time when they can bring people back. You could argue. But I think 20 stories beats out 10 in general, and then development and an arc. Make Season 4 of Lower Deck's arc look a bit silly when you have Diviner arc. My God, that was good storytelling, the first 10. Who is he? How is he? He's from the past. He's from the future. Alternate timeline? What? Who? Huh? What? That's a good arc. That's successful storytelling.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget Drifting the Enterprise. Anyway, sorry. People are watching this thinking I hate Picard Season 3. I absolutely do not.
Yeah, number 2, you must hate it.
Yeah, exactly. People hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, the fact they beamed using not a TNG beam has really let themselves down, at the end.
Yeah.
The wrong beam effect.
I know.
Yeah. And the Borg Queen not perfectly, lip syncing as Krieg, oof.
I think it's a good way to end this, though.
Yeah.
With the two of the best. Boom,
For
baby.
different reasons.
I expected you to have Prodigy as number 1.
Yeah.
That's not why I picked Prodigy as number 1. I gave my list. List of things.
Yeah, like I say, the achievement factor, franchise defining, and it's better as a binge, because you get through the Nebula stuff quicker, which is less good content, but you get through it quicker. Prodigy was a joy to watch week on week. Picard was often not a joy to watch week on week, but now it's out. Structurally, it's fine.
As a bingeable thing, it's better, yeah.
Very bingeable. Although Low Deck Prodigy is fun you can watch 3 in a row and just have fun.
Yeah.
But you got to get past the first 5 to get to the good stuff. Like mentally, like it gets like the second. There's so many Trek things in the second half, so they're all so different.
I forgot to mention it also spawned a game, Star Trek Prodigy game. Anyway,
which I have utilized in meaningful ways.
Yep. Olivia Julius throws in $5. Honestly, I missed the Short Treks originals. First season, second season also had Children of Mars that had me cry. I think the Children of Mars made me cry too, but in a much different way than you, Olivia. I just think that's fucking awful for multiple reasons. Oh,
Makes
Jesus.
no damn sense. It's just total lack of knowing
Yeah.
the universe. Just embarrassing.
General Grievous, $2. And this may be the last TNG reunion for the cast. It's very true as well. We don't know. Olivia throws in $2. You forgot my last super chat, Cap. I didn't. We were having a very good, lively discussion. So I was going to get to it when I got to it, and I got to it. So, and Squadra Course throws in $1. I guess he's going for that last super chat snipe already, as Squadra Course tends to do. So, does anybody want to dethrone the last super chat champion? By all means,
Couple of fives would be real nice.
Well, that was fun, actually. Very spirited discussion.
Neither of us are right or wrong.
Except that I'm right. But that's okay.
Neither of us are right or wrong.
Okay.
So that's great.
Neither of us is right or wrong. You're absolutely correct. Sergeant Montgomery, Mako, member for 35 months at the rank of Lieutenant. Picard, Season 3, TNG familiarity and legacy, in my opinion, wins over Prodigy. Enterprise D is like Picard, all carpet and no drapes. Okay. Olivia Julius throws in $1, going to dethrone Squadra Course as the #1 super chatter, or the last super chatter.
But I'll remind everyone, we've got a plan to do a new ranked series, at least one season series, meaning a set of episodes leading to a finale, where we're going to look at all the old Treks in 2 batches, the oldest and the newest old Trek, and then the newest new Trek, meaning first 3 shows, second 3 shows, all the new shows, and rank them in A, B, C, D, E tier. So a very different approach, where there's a lot more averages we can find. Like these are both be an A tier, right? No question.
It's one of those things that, as we discussed, we might have to move a few things because we might change our minds.
Yeah. See what actually might be sort of a bad season, or not a good season. We might get the embarrassing point of all low decks in 3 are in B, 1 is A. The average might win over the whatever. And then we're going to take those bests and regroup and do a best of, where we pit all of the probably A and B, depending on how many there are, of course, all the A and B tier seasons, and see how do we feel. I think at that point it's not necessarily the quality, it's how we feel, because how do you compare 20 episodes of season 4 of TNG versus 10 episodes of season 2 of Lower Decks? That's not comparing.
But it doesn't matter because it's a tier system. So
sure, but you know what I mean, just like structurally, because then it'll have to be,
Yeah.
But that's interesting, right? Where do we find the list in that contrast? So that'll be really, really interesting. And there might be some mild arguments and some mild. I don't remember what happened in that seasons.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of that.
Very
I don't
lot of that.
remember what I
Have a
I don't remember how to
breakfast.
spell my. I don't remember how to spell my name.
Well, it's Stewie. It's Stewie Foles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Olivia Julius, $2. Disco season 1 was the best. Klingons looked great.
Can we ban Olivia? No, we can't.
Well, Squadra Course sniped her with $2 and says, "By the way, thanks again for the ISS Cerebus Discord."
It's in the fleet.
Not only the Discord, but it's in the Fleet video. You guys got to stick around and watch the Fleet videos at the end because they change all the time, and you got to see what ship you're assigned to if you're a member of the channel.
You asked, and your ship is now Trekyards fleet cannon. Huzzah! Good times.
I haven't even looked. I haven't seen the new Fleet videos, so I don't even know what the Cerebus is like. So
Cerberus, Stuart. Cerberus, the dog, not Cerebus.
Yes.
Cerberus. It's not Cerebus
Wow.
palsy. It's Cerberus.
Tomato, same thing.
Yeah,
General
but
Grievous,
we said-
$2. Fires Varion Sea Disruptor at
Sorry.
Olivia.
Was that overreaction? No, I think that was a good reaction. I just did that. Oops. And guys, reminder that on Saturday, aiming to launch my Doctor Who Indiegogo for the fan film we're hoping to shoot pretty soon. Trying to raise a medium budget, quite small for us. Some really nice posters and other perks in that. Absolutely anything will go towards the production, and we have quite a lot of bills to pay already, so do help with that. I'm pretty proud of the posters, I'll be honest, art-wise. And just see another film for, the legacy Doctor Who fans out there. I'm excited. It's a really fun story. As you know, I do try and do canon logic, canon connecting things. There's a lot of fun stuff in that. And I haven't said much yet, but there's some fun locales, and the middles, if I can make it work, I'll be quite happy. I haven't done it yet. And there's one fun moment in the Indiegogo video that everyone hopefully really like, because I wasn't a plan to do that, and I suddenly had to do it. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, please, any help on that would be really helpful. And even if you don't love Doctor Who, just throw in a 10 and help. I'm pretty sure it helps the algorithm on Indiegogo as well, to have support and to whatever, etc. It all helps.
Indeed. Go help out Samuel and his endeavors.
Yes.
I guess Olivia's dead from the very T disruptor. So
I hear they're quite deadly. Possibly illegal. Oh, and Ozzy says, when is our drunk yards for lower decks? Not sure.
It can't be this weekend.
And it can't be next weekend either, because I'm away. In London.
You're going to be here? Sweet.
The real London. The original, you might say. Actually, that'd be Londinium, technically.
This is very real London. I can go outside and it's very tactile. I can touch everything.
Can you, though? Oh, you're just touching Canada. Not London. Yeah. Maybe during the week, guys. There's more days during the week than the weekend, so tune in for that, possibly.
Yeah.
Also involves a whole rewatch day, which is quite a long day as well. So you've got to rewatch all 10.
We should do a members only watch along with us. Where they queue up their whatevers and watch it with us as we watch it and get our reactions to it as a lead up to it. Might be fun for people that are members of the channel. Go and join the channel.
True. Live commentary. Yeah. Fun. And the poll, Stuart. 95 votes. Pick one to watch forever and only. The smashing winner, 41% lower decks, although not our top 1, 2, 3. I think. Second place, Stranger Worlds, 23%. And a joint third and fourth, Picard and Prodigy. So season 3 of Picard was not enough to outweigh seasons 1 and 2. That makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
And that's the reason I didn't put Discovery in that poll, because clearly it would have won. So we wanted to get better sample from
Clearly.
And Olivia.
Oh,
well, look, Olivia just gifted 1 Trekyards membership.
What?
So welcome, Mike. You're now a member of the channel for a month at the rank of Ensign. So
excellent.
I gotta inform somebody that we need to update the tweet video yet again.
Oh dear. Thank you. Amazing. He's doing it right now. Okay, well.
Right now, yeah, because I will forget.
Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. This was fun. Like I say, look forward to the rankings. That'll be a whole different format. We'll have to really, hey, there might be, 12 Bs. Like, it might be really oddly stacked. It can do that, right? We don't know.
But the tier system's going to be fun. It's going to be a good discussion, and you guys can chime in. And if there's any tiebreakers between Sam and I, whether we think it should be in a certain tier, you guys can break those ties with super chats. So you guys are involved too. And Olivia gifted another Trekyards membership.
Ah.
So I'd like to welcome Armando Rodriguez to the channel at the rank of Ensign. Welcome aboard, Ensign.
Well,
thank you, Olivia.
Come.
Yes.
Epicness.
Awesome. Well, we'll call it there then, and we'll see you guys next week. We'll probably be doing the tier stuff next week. It would be my guess. Multiple days, and then culminating in a face-off against all of the winners.
John Travolta will be in attendance for that face-off.
Wrong face-off, but that's okay.
Damn it! You promised me.
Anyway, until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
And he is Captain Foley.
See you guys later.
Bye, guys.